Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. What do you do when you want to seriously smash some comfort food, but you don't want to eat a ton of calories? I just finished day 10 of logging everything I eat, and have done so good at keeping under my calorie limit. This is the first time I've made it to 10 days in a row. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is for me. I've been eating really healthy, staying away from starchy carbs, really greasy foods, refined sugars, and sticking with lean proteins and filling up on veggies and greens. That being said, holy frig, I want to smash a whole 13 by 9 inch pan of mac and cheese. I want to shove an entire pizza into my mouth. I want to stick my entire face into a bowl of mashed potatoes and gravy. I want to make a giant lasagna that is as big as my bed and then roll around in it and eat it. I want to make a big pan of dinner rolls and then dump them into a bucket of cinnamon butter and drink it. You get the picture. So what do you do when you're wanting to completely go off the rails and frig some crap up calorie-wise, but you can't? Anyone have good low-calorie versions of comfort food recipes they would like to share, or any other tips? I'm trying to stay away from just letting myself have these things because I know how I am and how I can't just put on the brakes when I eat this stuff. I'm trying to get to that point, but I'm just not there yet. One day I'll have that kind of control, but for now I need to look at alternate options. Thanks in advance. This is about to be long, so beware. I go through the same thing. What has always been helpful to me has been to follow the standard tips. Eat fruit first and drink a ton of water, see if it helps. Meal prepping consistently and keeping binge-inducing food like junk out of your environment as well. Also, make sure you're eating a high-protein diet. That's the only thing that has helped me curb my sugar and binge cravings. Protein takes longer and more effort for your body to break down, so you're fuller for longer. It also builds muscle if you lift. But if you still have that itch, my go-tos are Boom Chicka Pop Light Kettle Corn. It's ridiculously low in calories and high in volume. Yasso Frozen Yogurt Bars. Only 100 calories per bar and so rich, in my opinion, better than trash Halo Top. Cookie dough is the best, tastes so unhealthy. Beef Jerky. Low in calories, high in protein, so good I can eat an entire bag and not be set back. Trader Joe's is my fave, don't like the other brands. Chocolate Hummus. Literally tastes like a less sweet Nutella. Eat with a bunch of strawberries. Quest Protein Chips. I take the loaded taco flavor and dump some ground beef with taco seasoning and low-fat Mexican cheese, and it feels like eating a fat plate of nachos. Joseph's Breadline. High protein. I take a pita and spread PB2 and peanut butter, bananas, honey, and some pumpkin seeds. Feels like a dessert, and it's a good 20 grams plus of protein. Their tortillas are also amazing, but Extreme Wellness has bigger ones for less calories, so sometimes I eat those instead. Kodiak Cakes Pancake Line. High protein pancakes, especially if you add an egg and milk. I love all their flavors. I make either the chocolate ones or the cinnamon oat ones and top it with apple pie filling. Apple sauteed with cinnamon and honey. Isopure Infusion Tropical Punch Powder. Personally, I hate most protein powders. It tastes like yeast and dirt to me. However, this one is fruity, and if you mix it with a lot of water, it tastes like flavored vitamin water. Add lemon and ice, and you'll feel like you're drinking lemonade. 90 kcal, 20 gram protein. Mini Hold the Cone Ice Cream. Trader Joe's exclusive, but it's low in calories, and it does satisfy an ice cream cone craving. Fiber One Brownies. Heat them up in the microwave, and they taste like lava cakes. Lily's Chocolate Chips. Low cal, stevia chocolate chips. Pretty sure they make bars too. Veggie Straws. Bought or fresh by cutting veggies, soaking them in water, and then tossing them in spices and putting it in the air fryer. Black bean or edamame pasta with any sauce. So much protein for so little calories and it tastes so good. My fave is making a shrimp scampi. Orville Redenbacher's Smart Pop. Microwave popcorn that is actually buttery, 100 kcal. Protein bars, low sugar ones. RX bars and Trader Joe's caramel cashew are my faves. I already said fruit, but I can't emphasize enough how helpful eating fruits are. Mangoes are high in sugar and my personal fave. Berries and citrus could help curb sugar. If absolutely all else fails, at the very least order a meal that's high in protein. For example, I love Chick-fil-A's Egg White Grill, plus an extra chicken fillet, Greek yogurt, and Diet Coke. as a way to satisfy my fast food craving without being set back. It's 55 grams protein and feels like I'm indulging. I also create something called binge bags. In small, 150 calories, medium, 300, and large, 500 calorie bags that are stuffed with a set amount of stacks so I can take the one I have room for and eat everything in the bag and simulate a binge, but without setting myself back. This has helped a lot to satisfy the relentless craving until it eventually quiets down. Those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head, but I hope that helps. The key is to always replace former habits and foods with new ones, not to completely eliminate. You can even replace binge episodes with something like binge bags until you're finally able to overcome the urge to binge once and for all. Best of luck on your journey. When I'm in this situation, I eat what I really want to eat, but only in an individual sized portion along with something else healthy. So if I'm really craving pizza, I'll get one of those mini frozen pizzas that are only 400 or 500 calories, or I'll stop at my favorite pizza shop that sells individual slices and only buy one or two, and then I eat it with a nice salad on the side. If I'm craving mac and cheese, I'll buy the frozen reduced guilt mac and cheese from Trader Joe's, or the frozen lean cuisine white cheddar mac and cheese. Both of them are really good, I swear. And I eat it alongside some roasted veggies and protein on the side. The key for me is to not buy or make a huge amount of something, because as soon as I start eating, my self-control goes out the window. So this isn't really a suggestion about food, but more an idea about how I've been learning moderation. I realize that I tend to do things in an all or nothing kind of fashion. So if I was going to eat healthy, I would do it really well for a while. And if I decided I was going to eat crap, well, it was eating until the packet was gone and then some more. I realized that this all or nothing was incredibly powerful in settings other than food. So I decided I was going to go all in on moderation. Then I practiced applying moderation to foods that were easier, like things I was binging because they were available, not because they were my fave. And I decided that moderation meant doing things like not finishing the packet, even if that meant leaving one of something in a packet, and stopping when I realized I was binging. I just gradually increased how much I left behind, and then I moved on to harder foods. Recently, I've been able to have a bar of chocolate in the fridge for 4 days, which is unheard of. Recently, I ate half a packet of chips. Like, who does that? Me, apparently. Anyway, those were just some ideas on how to work on the binging, because once you get that down, you can let yourself have a small bit of comfort food without it being the end of all your progress. Best of luck. I just cook what I'm craving, but I try to adapt the recipe to be less calorific. For instance, this week I made a fabulous lasagna where I replaced the noodles with baked eggplant and zucchini, and it was amazing. I still used all 3 kinds of cheese the recipe called for, but I used skim or part skim cheese instead. I also mixed some cooked spinach into the ricotta cheese mix because I like it. I replaced the pound of ground sausage with a pound of extra lean ground beef. Chicken or turkey would also work. And then I added in 3 huge portobello mushroom caps, several handfuls of fresh baby tomatoes from my garden, and half an onion into the sauce. It made a big old lasagna with 6 large servings at only 450 calories each. I can eat it for lunch and dinner and still have enough calories for breakfast and a dessert. For ice cream, I found the best way is to limit my portions by actually getting ice cream cones. The basic ones are super low calorie, 15 calories per cone or 40 for chocolate dipped. The cone usually holds about a serving, measured by grams on a food scale, so I'm getting my ice cream fix, but not just loading down a bowl with 8 servings at once. Other than that, eat fairly light for breakfast and lunch and make an awesome dinner for yourself. Tonight, I grilled out burgers with some corn on the cob and green beans on the side. The burger was amazing. All of that was about 900 calories, and I was able to make it fit in my budget for the day. Currently 1970 calories per day. I have a lot of weight to lose. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. I bought these jeans as my goal jeans in February. I couldn't even get them past my thighs. This was like a month ago. I'm so happy.